What if I told you that you could feel happier in just 15 seconds? Most people think happiness comes from money, success, or luck, but that's only part of the story. Your brain has hidden shortcuts that can instantly change how you feel. And the amazing part is that these shortcuts are available to almost everyone. Today, you'll discover 7 simple brain tricks that can boost your happiness in seconds. But pay close attention, because the final trick is surprisingly powerful and often works the fastest. Let's start with brain trick number 1, the fake smile effect. It sounds strange, but even a forced smile can influence your brain. When you smile, your brain receives signals that something positive is happening. Sometimes changing your expression is enough to start changing your mood. Here's a simple experiment. Smile for the next 15 seconds, even if you don't feel like it. It may feel fake at first, but something interesting starts happening inside your brain. Your facial muscles send signals that can influence your emotional state. In other words, your brain often follows the message your face is sending. That's why smiling can sometimes help you feel a little better, even on a difficult day. It won't magically solve every problem, but it can shift your mindset in a positive direction. Small emotional changes often lead to bigger improvements in mood and confidence. The next time you're stressed, try the 15-second smile challenge and see how you feel. You might be surprised by how much difference one simple expression can make. Now let's move to brain trick number 2, a happiness shortcut that takes only a few seconds but can completely change your focus. Our brain trick number 2 is called the 15-second gratitude shift. When you're feeling stressed or unhappy, pause for a moment and think of one good thing in your life. It doesn't have to be something big. Even a small positive thing can work. Maybe it's your family, your health, a friend, or simply having a place to call home. The moment you focus on gratitude, your attention starts moving away from negativity. Your brain can only focus strongly on a limited number of things at once. That's why finding just one thing to appreciate can quickly change your emotional state. Sometimes happiness isn't about getting more. It's about noticing what you already have. Try this exercise today. Spend 15 seconds thinking about one thing you're grateful for. Now let's move to brain trick number 3, a surprisingly powerful technique that uses your body to change your mood. Brain trick number 3 is simple: change your body position. Many people don't realize that posture can influence emotions. Try standing up, straightening your back, and lifting your head. Your body sends signals to your brain about how you feel. A slouched posture is often associated with low energy and negative emotions. An upright posture can make you feel more confident and energized. You don't need to feel confident first. Sometimes acting confident helps create the feeling. Hold a strong posture for just 15 seconds and notice the difference. Many people report feeling slightly more positive and motivated almost immediately. Now let's move to brain trick number 4, a grounding technique that can quickly reduce stress and overwhelm. Brain trick number 4 is called the Name 3 rule. It's perfect for stressful moments. When your mind starts racing, don't fight the thoughts. Pause for a moment instead. First, name 3 things you can see around you right now. Next, identify 3 sounds you can hear in your environment. Then, notice 3 things you can physically touch or feel. This simple exercise redirects your attention away from anxious thinking. It brings your focus back to the present moment, where stress has less power. Many people use this technique before presentations, exams, or difficult conversations. In less than 15 seconds, you can feel calmer, clearer, and more in control. And now we're moving to brain trick number 5, a happiness booster that most people completely overlook every day. Brain trick number 5 is called the tiny win method. It may sound simple, but it's surprisingly powerful. When people feel overwhelmed, they often focus on everything they haven't done yet. But your brain responds strongly to progress, even when that progress is very small. Something as simple as making your bed, organizing your desk, or sending one important message can create a tiny win. Every completed task gives your brain a small reward signal that says, "Good job, keep going." Those small victories create momentum, and momentum makes larger goals feel easier. That's why successful people often focus on consistent progress instead of waiting for perfect motivation. If a goal feels too big, break it into smaller pieces and complete just one step. A few tiny wins can completely change your mood, confidence, and productivity in a matter of minutes. And now we're moving to brain trick number 6, a fascinating technique that can make your brain feel more confident. Brain trick number 6 is called the future memory trick. It's one of the most interesting ways to boost confidence quickly. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, spend a few seconds imagining what success would actually look like. Picture yourself giving the presentation, finishing the project, winning the competition, or achieving the goal. Your brain often responds to vivid mental images in surprisingly powerful ways. When you clearly imagine a positive future outcome, your mind starts treating that possibility as more realistic and achievable. That simple shift can reduce fear and increase confidence before you even take action. Many athletes, performers, and successful professionals use visualization before important moments. You don't need hours of practice. Even 15 seconds of focused visualization can make a difference. The goal isn't to daydream. The goal is to prepare your mind to believe success is possible and then take action. Now we're nearing the final brain trick, often underestimated, yet one of the fastest and most powerful ways to boost happiness. By now you've probably noticed a pattern. Happiness isn't usually created by one big event. More often, it's built through small mental habits and tiny decisions repeated every day. The challenge is that our brains naturally pay more attention to problems than positive experiences. Psychologists sometimes call this the negativity bias. It's one reason bad news grabs our attention so easily. That's why many happy people aren't necessarily luckier. They've simply trained themselves to notice more of the good around them. Each brain trick you've learned so far is like a small tool that helps shift your focus in a healthier direction. And when those small tools are used consistently, they create surprisingly powerful changes over time. But we've saved the most powerful trick for last. Unlike the others, this one doesn't just change how you think. It can instantly change how you feel. And the best part is that it usually takes less than 15 seconds to do. Let's reveal brain trick number 7. Brain trick number 7 is the 15-second helping trick. And for many people, it's the most powerful happiness shortcut of all. Here's the idea. Find a small way to help someone else, even if it only takes a few seconds. Send an encouraging message, give a sincere compliment, or check in on a friend. The action may seem small, but the emotional impact can be surprisingly large. Acts of kindness don't just help other people. They often make the person giving help feel happier too. Even simple actions like holding a door open or offering assistance can create a positive, emotional response. That's because helping others activates reward systems inside the brain. In a way, your brain is wired to feel good when you contribute something positive to someone else's day. This is one reason kindness is such a powerful happiness tool. Both people often benefit from the interaction. But why does this trick work so well? In the next section, you'll discover the fascinating reason behind it. So why does the helping trick work so well? The answer begins inside your brain. When you perform an act of kindness, your brain often activates reward systems associated with positive emotions and satisfaction. Humans are naturally social creatures. We are wired to connect, cooperate, and support one another. That's why meaningful interactions often create a deeper sense of happiness than many material things. Notice how different you feel when you're focused only on your own problems versus helping someone else. Even a simple message of encouragement can create a positive ripple effect for both people involved. And the best part is that these acts don't need to be big, expensive, or time-consuming. Research consistently shows that meaning and connection play an important role in long-term happiness. The more opportunities you find to contribute something positive, the more your mindset begins to shift. But there's one final lesson that ties all 7 brain tricks together, and it may completely change the way you think about happiness. Now let's look at something interesting. All 7 brain tricks may seem different, but they share one important idea. Each trick changes where your attention goes, even if only for a few seconds. Some focus your attention on gratitude, others focus it on confidence, awareness, progress, or connection. And when your attention changes, your emotional experience often changes with it. Many people spend years waiting for happiness to arrive from the outside. But these brain tricks teach a different lesson. Happiness is often something you actively create. Small actions repeated throughout the day can have a surprisingly powerful effect on your mindset. The key is consistency. A few seconds here and there can add up to meaningful change over time. You don't need a perfect life to feel happier. Sometimes you simply need better mental habits. And that brings us to the final message of this video, the one idea I hope you'll remember long after this video ends. Here's the most important thing to remember. Happiness is not something that only happens to lucky people. In many ways, it's a skill that can be trained. The 7 brain tricks you learned today may seem simple, but simple actions often create the biggest long-term results when practiced consistently. You don't need a perfect job, a perfect relationship, or a perfect life to feel happier. Small mental shifts can create meaningful changes right now. Think of happiness like planting a seed. One positive action may seem small, but every action helps it grow. Over time, those tiny moments of gratitude, confidence, awareness, and kindness begin to compound. What starts as a few seconds of effort can eventually become a much stronger and healthier mindset. The person you become tomorrow is shaped by the habits and choices you practice today. So don't wait for happiness to find you. Start creating it, one small action, one small thought, and one small decision at a time. Here's a challenge for you. Pick just one of these 7 brain tricks and try it within the next 24 hours. Notice how it affects your mood,